Title 15, Surface Transportation Security. Subtitle A, General Provision, 6 United States Code 1151, Section 1501, Definitions. In this title, following definition apply. Appropriate congressional committees. The term appropriate congressional committees means the Committee of Commerce, Science, Transportation, the Committee of Homeland Security, Government Affairs, Senate, and the Committee of Homeland Security, Committee of Transportation and Infrastructure, House of Representatives. C. The Secretary. That means Secretary of the Homeland Security. Department means the Department of Homeland Security. Off-the-road busing. The term over-the-road busing. The term over-the-road busing means bus characterized by an elevated passenger deck located in the baggage compartment. Over-the-road busing. Frontline employees. In this section, the over-the-road road busing frontline employees mean over-the-road drivers, security personnel, dispatchers, maintenance support personnel, ticket agents, other terminal employees, or employees over-the-road busing operators, terminal owner, operator. The secretary determines should they receive the security training under this title. Railroad frontline employees. In this section, the railroad frontline employees means the security personnel, dispatchers, locomotive engineers, conductors, trainmen, other on-board employees, maintenance support personnel, bridge tenders, any other employees. Railroad carrier secretary determined should receive the security training under this title. Railroad, the term railroad meaning the title term under section 20102 of the Title 49 United States Code. Railroad carrier. The railroad carrier has the meaning of the section 20102 and 49 United States Code. The state means that not any one of the 50 states of District Columbia, Puerto Rico, and Northern Marine Islands, the Virgin Islands, Guam, and American and Samoa, and any other territory in the possession of the United States. Terrorism. The term terrorism is the meaning of the term in Section 2 of the Homeland Security Act of 2002, 6 United States Code 101, and 11 Transportation. The term transportation is used in the respective over-the-road means the movement of the passenger property and over-the-road busing. A. Jurisdiction of the United States between the place and state, place beyond the south state of the state, including the place of the United States, and B. The state affected traffic transportation is described in subparagraph A. 12. The United States and means the 50 states, District Columbia, Puerto Rico, Northern Marine Islands, Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, any other territory possession of the United States. 13. Secondary sensitive material. The term secondary sensitive material means material group of class of a material, particular amount and form of the secretary and consultant with Secretary of Transportation determines the rule-making opportunity. Public commitment possesses significant risk of national security while being transported in commercial commerce due to potential material and active terrorism, and making designation of security shall at a minimum consideration following Class 7 radioactive materials, Division 1, 2, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 explosives, material poisonous, toxic, and by inhalation, including Divisions 2, 3 gases, and Division 6, 1 materials. 121 Stat 424, Public Law 1253, August 3rd, 2007. D, and continuing D, as select agent of toxic regulated centers of disease control prevention under Part 73 of Title 42 Code Federal Regulations. Disadvantaged business concerns. The term disadvantaged business concerns means small business that they are owned, uncontrolled, socially, economically disadvantaged individuals is defined in Section 124 in the Title 13 Code and Federal Regulations. Amtrak. The Amtrak means the National Railroad Passenger Corporation. 6 United States Code 1152. The Section 1502 Operating Oversight Grant Procedures. Secretarial oversight. The Secretary or in coordination with the Secretary of Transportation of the grants awarded by the Amtrak shall establish necessary procedures including monitoring audits to ensure the grants made under this title are expended in accordance with the purpose of the title and priorities other than criteria developed by the Secretary. By additional audit reviews, the Secretary of Transportation for the grants awarded by the Amtrak awarded contracts undertaken additional audits and reviews of the safety, security, procurement, management, financial compliance of recipients of the amounts under this title. Procedure deadline. Procedure for the grant award not later than 180 days after the date of enactment of the Act. The Secretary shall prescribe procedure schedule award grants under this title, including application, qualification procedures, record or decisions, application eligibility procedures, and include execution of the grant agreement between the grant recipient and grant secretary shall be consistent with the extent practicable grant procedures established under Section 107 I and J in Title 46 United States Code. Additional authority issuances. The Secretary may issue non-binding letters of intent recipient of the grant under the title to commit funding of future budget authority to the amount not more than the federal government share of the project cost of the capital improvement project. 2. Schedule. Letter intent of subsection establish the schedule of the Secretary reimbursement recipient share of the project costs, the amounts of available recipients, Secretary issuing letters and carrier of the project without receiving the amounts under the grant issued under the title. So notice Secretary the recipient has been issued later than intent under this section that shall notify the Secretary of the recipient intent to carry out the project of the project beginnings. Notice that the Congress Secretary shall transmit appropriate congressional committees a written notification at least 5 days before the issuance of the letter intent under the subsection. 5. Limitations. Later intent using the subsection obligation of the federal government under the section 1501 Title 31 United States Code, and later deemed administrative commitment for financing and obligation administrative commitment may be made amounts that may or provide with authorization and appropriation laws. Return of misspent grant funds as a part of the grant agreement under the subsection C. The Secretary shall require grant application return to misspent grant funds received under the title under the section considered to have been spent of the purpose under the specified grant award. The Secretary shall take all necessary actions to recover such funds. Congressional notification not later than 5 days before the deadline. No later than 5 days before the award of the grant is made of the title, the Secretary shall notify appropriate congressional committees to the intended to award such grant. The guidelines of the Secretary shall ensure to extent practicable grant recipients under the title of whose contracting, subcontracting, using small, minority, woman-owned, or disadvantaged business concerns as a contractor or subcontractor was appropriate when appropriate. Section 1503 Authorization Appropriations. Transportation Security Administration Authorization. Section 1114 Title 149 United States Code is amended. Section 1302 of this act is further amended by the ending of the file. 4. Authorization Appropriations. The authorization appropriated Secretary of Homeland Security for one railroad security $488 million for the fiscal year of 2008, $483 million for the fiscal year of 2009, $580 million for the fiscal year of 2010, $508 million for the fiscal year of 2011. Over-the-road busing, trucking, and security, $14 million for the fiscal year of 2008, $27 million for the fiscal years of 2009, 2010, and 2011, and hazardous material pipeline security, $12 million fiscal year of 2008, 2009, 2010. Department of Transportation authorized in 6 United States Code 1153 to appropriate Secretary of Transportation carry out of the Section 1515, $38 million in fiscal year of 2008, $40 million for 2009, $55 million for 2010, $70 million for 2011. Section 1504 Public Awareness. Not later than 100 days after the date of enactment, after the Secretary should develop a national plan of the railroad over-the-road busing security public outreach awareness, such as a plan as shall be designed to increase awareness and measures of the the general public, passenger employee for the railroad carriers, over-the-road bus operators can take increased security on national railroad over-the-road bus transportation system. Such plans shall be provided outreach from railroad carriers, over-the-road busing operators, employees to improve the awareness available technologies, outgoing research development efforts available for federal funding and sources of improved security. Not later than 9 months of the date of enactment of the Secretary shall implement the plan developed under this section. Subtitle B, Railroad Security.